Alrighty. Trade recap for Monday, February 28th. And today I lost. Lost a total of $1,136. With a decent trade, I thought, which comes out to 378.7 across each account, which I'll show you here in a second. But yeah, I thought it was a really good shot. I didn't risk enough, to be honest. I normally risk about five to six, $700 per trade. And today I risked 380, I think is what it was, what I calculated. It was $380, so it looks like I got filled a little shy, which is fine. Um, but yeah, overall, not a bad loss. It's part of the game. I've had 8 straight wins, or 7 straight wins, so eighth trade being a loss. That's pretty, normal with me. I'll make that trade off. But yeah, let's go over the charts. I'll show you everything, and we will get this rolling. Okay, so real quickly, make sure there's no personal information. You can see right here, 378.7 after the fees across 3 accounts, which comes out to that $1,100 figure. So overall, not like panic about it, just part of the game. But if we come into the day, I feel like I'm not gonna. I have my other chart already set up on something, but I guess we could use this chart low key because I want a blank chart to show you guys. So we come into the day, and this is a little different than normal chart. You can see, right, we're just kind of chopping. I figured we want to take out or fill new week opening gap from Friday's close into Sunday morning Asia session. I was definitely skewed to the downside, but wanted to at least see a fill of that, maybe take out these highs, this kind of accumulation, manipulation, etc. Something along those lines. I also noticed that, London session, which we'll go back to this one just because of the sessions. Everything from the start of this orange all the way over to the red, where market open, was pretty rangy. It was definitely more like accumulation within this box is kind of what I was thinking. And then when we manipulated it, I'm like, okay, cool. There could be downside, etc. And then looking over at SPY and ES, it really gave me a clear read on it. So if you look right here, SPY has notoriously been creating just these rough equal highs up here. I know this chart's kind of ugly, but these highs up here, when if we go look at QQQ, just to give the equivalence on the 4-hour, we have not, right? We've been creating lower highs this entire time. And this is potentially the first time on SPY that we've seen a lower high really get formed, a clear lower high. Plus we have this extension, retracement of kind of a flag thing. And I was wondering if we'd break down. So in pre-market, my analysis was, hey, we definitely could see SPY want to come down towards 679, 682, this kind of range down here. However, you don't want to be entering with an entry at 84 and then a stop back above, 90 because the risk reward isn't there. So I was like, you definitely want to try and find an entry above 87, above 89. Once we failed back under this high intraday, that was really a key sign. Early in the morning, we popped up and we failed under it. And I was like, look, if you guys want to try short, that's where you want to take it. Just put your stop at high a day and maybe take some multiple DTEs and swing them for the options traders. And then we were over here on NASDAQ looking for a short. Right after we ripped through London highs, 25,004, we got a nice displacement to the downside. Now, there wasn't really a great entry anywhere up in here. I'd been looking, we didn't have an inversion of anything. I didn't really want to invert these and short off of that. Right, this fair value up here, we inverted it, close, enter way down here, and risk all the way up here. I wasn't a fan. I wanted to see, if this is going to be the downtrend, the start of it, then great. This is a start point extension, some type of retracement. Let's see if we can catch a short off of that retracement. Just use the, inverse fair value gap as an extra confluence and everything. So we got the retracement into this 5-minute fair value gap that you can see right in here, which was my main key point of interest. Now I did end up breaking it down to the 1 minute, and I was like, I bet you we will come up and respect this. So right when we hit that, that was a key point of interest where I'm like, okay, cool. We can start looking short. We can look for the fair value gap leg, break through the charts. We have it on the 1 minute, as you guys can see right here. Bam. We kind of danced around, and dancing around and it lowered my desire to enter. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely was like, it's kind of nasty price action. I didn't really like. I wasn't in love. But we closed under it. We inverted it. You know, we had some weakness with this failed hurrah candle. Everything kind of like made me think short. So I took the shot and I put my stop up here, and I was risking 5 micros for $380 of risk. So it's a lot less than normal. It's basically half of what I normally do. And you know, I got like $100 in profit, whatever, and then just ripped. Just took off, grabbed my liquidity, slammed down all the way to break even, and then of course came back. So no matter what, even if I was like, oh yeah, I risk more, I still would have had just a break even trade. So it just didn't really work out in my favor today, which is, like I said again, is perfectly fine. It's part of it. When you have 7 winning trades in a row, one loss is not the end of the world. It's just think about a probability of flipping a coin 8 times in a row of heads, right? Part of it. And then yeah, of course, we ended up just breaking down and taking out all of the objectives I had. Original target was 807 for a 1 to 2.6, which was a very good trade. I mean, everything aligned perfectly. My read was great. The bias was great. Everything was really solid. I just couldn't get the entry. Price action was very lackluster for like the later early morning session. So like 9:45 up into about like 10:30. Just really crappy. Not giving me the direction I wanted. The ideal trade, low key, in hindsight, was ES. And I hadn't backtested this, so it made it very difficult for me to have like ultra faith in that, okay, I can do this. But we come over here, you can see we came up and we did take out Friday's little closing highs and these like equal highs right here. So if you look, 69.29, 69.29. So we took out equal highs on ES, and then we just absolutely dropped down right here. Inverted this fair value gap, and then that's where your like A plus trade could have been, is you short here with a stop back above this, and then you can either target here or any other objectives. Now I don't trade ES as much, so my objectives are not as perfect as NASDAQ, but like all the way down there. And as you can see, previous day lows, of course. But yeah, that's like the A plus trade of the day. What is that? Well, 2.8, so 1 to 2.8. Very solid trade right there on ES. Should have been done. I even said it. I was like, I think you could trade ES, but I haven't back tested it, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, I'm not going to take it just because I don't know for a fact that, the correlating and stuff. Because NASDAQ's super weak. ES is not. If NASDAQ wakes up, ES is probably going to wake up even more. And then it's going to go higher, stop you out. You're going to take a loss, right? So that was kind of my train of thought behind not taking that, which is, again, fine. But yeah, I mean, overall, just part of the game, part of the losing. I really thought it was a great idea. We had the extension, we got the retracement, we got an entry criteria to go short and continue on, trade the continuation, and just got wicked out. So part of it, put my stop at a very predictable spot. And I looked back through it. There's not really anything I could have done when it comes to trading NASDAQ to make me, like, prevent me from taking some type of either break even or loss. The only thing could have been is like, hey, risk more and don't put your stop or your break even right here, right? So I don't know. And plus, but like, if we look at this, let's see. Oh, okay. 9 bars on the 2 minute. So it's a little longer than a normal trade in like my typical repertoire. So, just part of it, part of having some lame price action, part of it taking a trade or taking a loss. Again, not the end of the world, just part of the game. But yeah, wanted to share that with you guys. Hopefully you'll think it's pretty cool to see me take a loss, because I don't, and if you do, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, bias was right, read was great, everything was great. But yeah, I mean, SPY really gave it away. That was the thing, because NASDAQ had a hard read coming into the morning. I mean, you kind of were like, it's kind of the same, but we don't really have like key levels. We don't really have any, high time frame objectives up here. It's like, oh, cool, we took out new week opening gap. Oh, we took out major like 4-hour liquidity. And there wasn't really anything on NASDAQ, but then we looked over at ES and everything made a lot of sense, bias wise, right? Oh, this is the first time we're really creating a lower low or a lower high. We're respecting this 4-hour fair value gap. As long as we can disrespect maybe a bullish fair value gap, you know, we get some extra confluence to the downside, et cetera, et cetera. And then once we saw this wick, it was like, okay, we're right. This is downside. I just realized the entire time my chart hasn't even been showing. But yeah, 4 hour, right, lower, bam, whatever I just said the first half, you know, wick, confirmation of downside. And then we disrespected basically all of this. And it was like, okay, cool, we're going down. And look at that. We have now taken out sell side liquidity on the 15-minute chart. So just previous day lows. Pretty straightforward. Really nothing crazy. But yeah, overall, I mean, good loss, if I had to say so. It was a solid entry, solid attempt. Well, I wouldn't say like solid, but like, you know, a good attempt. Didn't work out. Just part of the game. And yeah, we survive. We move on to the next day. So that's the best part. You know, like, think about it. I lost $375, $78 per account. And what do I make the other days? I mean, right? Adding it all up together, I'm down $1,100 today, a little over, almost $1,200, versus like what I made $3,000 in 2 days last week. So it's okay. And yeah, now full disclaimer, guys, I leave for a trip on Wednesday. Still gonna be trading, so you're still gonna get the recaps, the setting, and everything, and all the camera quality and everything's gonna be a smidge different. Just because I'll be off of my MacBook instead of my entire setup. Still gonna be good content. Gonna be a lot of Instagram content. So if you are not following me on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing. If you want to see like my quote day to day and what this vacation is gonna be like, which is gonna be awesome, I promise you. There's a lot in store. Then go check out my Instagram. Sambo Trades, literally just Sambo Trades, no spaces, all lowercase. It's the same profile picture as my YouTube channel. Go follow it. It's low-key very crappy right now, okay, so bear with me. But the stories are going to be awesome. I'm going to start putting content on there. It's going to be very fascinating to see, like, what's going on. So definitely go check that out. And again, a lot of you guys aren't subscribed to the YouTube channel. And a lot of you watch it and don't even like or dislike, bro. If you don't like the video, go dislike. But just understand that kind of hurts me. So, you know, just hit the like. It's free. It's like right there somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, go like it, go subscribe. I hate to self-promote and like do that cringy stuff, but it's kind of just, you know, part of it. Somebody once told me to say, speak it more in Sam and say, go subscribe, motherfuckers. Because apparently that's more me cursing like a sailor. But yeah, either way, good day, even though it wasn't part of the game. And we will be back tomorrow for hopefully the 24th, having a nice recap. If we have a trade, there will be a recap. If there's no recap, there was no trade. So either way, hope you guys are green on the day. Hope you caught some of this downside. And I will look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow on the live stream, in the YouTube video, and whatever. Seriously, hit me up on Instagram. Go give me a follow, and I will see you guys.